line and everything. But we're going to kick things off with our first comedian. So first up, we've got Max.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah.
Good? Good?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Now ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing?
Not so good. Last thing. I just know how I am. Yeah, so you probably ask yourself why you're not doing so good. Well, the reason is I just canceled my Netflix. Yeah, I had Netflix and I canceled it. Because I was watching this TV show. Y'all seen this show called Ancient Aliens? Yeah, well, I was watching that show, and the guy said on there, he said, we got technology from aliens. I said, okay. If that be true, I'm giving Netflix a call. And so I called him up, get on there, and said, yeah, this Netflix? He said, yeah, this him? Yeah, Netflix, it's me. I'm canceling my subscription with y'all. Sir, why would you go ahead and do that? Sir, why are you doing that? I said, Netflix, don't play dumb on me. I know you are in cahoots with the aliens. I know who's supplying your technology. You're not going to pull one on me. He said, all right, listen. Listen, sir. You just think you're better than everybody else. I said, that's not true. That's not true. I'm just taking a stand for what I believe in. I'm not going to support no alien conspiracy superstition. He said, all right, sir. I hear what you're saying, but you're not going to cancel on me. I said, who are you to try to stop me, sir? He said, no, sir. You are going to keep your subscription just like everybody else. You're not unique. You're not special. Get in line. I said, all right, fine. I'll keep my subscription. Doesn't mean I have to use it though. He said, fine. You can keep your subscription. I own you. You don't have to watch anything, but I'm getting your money. I said, okay. Sounds fine by me. He said, oh yeah, one more thing. I noticed how liberated you seem, and I think that's interesting. I was wondering if you'd like to get some coffee sometime. I said, no. Netflix subscription operator, I would not like to get coffee with you. Give me a break. I'm just going to throw this car here. Get all flustered and talking to this guy, kind of job he has. How you doing, Asher? So I'm feeling a little bit broken up inside. And I think my childhood might have had something to do with that. You say, okay, well, what happened in your childhood? Well, let me tell you. When I was 9 years old, I had me some hamsters. Just like any 9-year-old. I enjoy some hamsters, little cute little things. And so I'm investigating and exploring life with some hamsters. Well, one night, these hamsters making some noise. So I'm trying to sleep. I wake up, turn the light on, walk over to these hamsters. Say, excuse me, hamsters, what befalls you? And these hamsters, they don't respond nothing. Because they're doing some unspeakable acts. I said, I'm 9 years old. How are you going to be doing unspeakable acts in my bedroom? Unspeakable. So I go to sleep, trying to get that out of sight, out of mind. A couple weeks later, I hear some noise coming from them. And so I wake up and I go over there and say, hamsters, what befalls you? And they didn't say nothing because they were eating each other. I'm 9 years old. in this bedroom with their hamsters eating each other. I don't need that. I'm not going to need that. And so I get into school the next day, and I did something bad. He said, okay, well, what did you do that was bad? Well, let me tell you. I started trying to eat one of my friends. Okay? We all make mistakes. Teacher says, excuse me, child. This is the teacher. He says, excuse me, child. What you doing? Eating your friend. I said, teach, if this is so wrong, then why's my hamsters doing it? The teacher said, I felt like I won that argument, but the teacher said I didn't. And so I got sent to the detention center for a couple weeks. You live and you learn, I guess. And so a couple weeks later, I bust out of there. And my brother had bought himself a ferret. My brother, the gentleman holding that camera right there. Now this is one of those Houdini ferrets. He's one of those, you know what I'm talking about. He knows how to open doors and stuff. I'm like, what's this guy doing? He wakes up, he just lets himself out of the cage, walks down, makes himself a coffee, starts watching Netflix or something. I'm like, ferret, you're way too comfortable in this house. Get in your cage. You're a ferret. Okay, so this hamster comes into my room one day, and I say, okay, no boundaries, I get it. So he opens the door, comes in, I said, okay, ferret, get out. Know some boundaries. Have some respect. And so he leaves, and he kind of shrugs his shoulder a little bit, disrespecting me. And a couple weeks later, he comes into my room and eats my hamsters. Broke my heart. How are you going to come in and eat these hamsters for whom I have suffered? But I got to learn some forgiveness in this. Learn some forgiveness in this. Ferret comes into my room again, and he started to grow on me. He started to grow on me. And so he'd come into my room every once in a while, and we'd be seeing each other a little bit, okay? And so now we start seeing each other. So I get to school the next day, find out you can't do that. My friend said, I'm seeing so-and-so and so-and-so. And they said, who are you seeing? I said, oh, I kind of seen this ferret on the side. They said, teacher says, excuse me, sir, you're going to principal again. You can't be talking like that. And so I get home from school, and this ferret, I come to find out, is a two-timing ferret. He, turns out he'd been going in other people's rooms. Turns out this is a whole family affair. Looking at y'all. You didn't think I'd say anything 16 years later. Okay, so some of these elements in this story are true and some of them are false. Let's be honest. Well, what's true and what's false? Well, I did have some hamsters, and they did eat each other. My brother did have a ferret. He did know how to open doors. But I did not enter a relationship with my ferret. But my family did. Clearly broken person. Okay, so being so broken, I figured I gotta get in to see a doctor or something. I gotta get in to see a doctor. I need some help. And so I called the doctor. I hear how much he charged. I said, I'm not seeing a doctor. Looks like I'm going to a chiropractor. So I get in there to a chiropractor. I'll tell him, please put me back together, chiropractor, broken person. And he leans down and cracking my back. Leans down and he asked me a question. He said, hey, how's your self-talk? I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, how you talk to yourself. I said, I don't do that. At least I didn't do that. But then I tried it. See, I was put on a jury once. got this notification, you're being selected for jury duty. Get down there. For all you who have actually done this before, you know there's a room about 400 people, and they select about 12 people in a long process to be on the jury. And so I was selected as one of the final 12. And so I'm there a whole week listening to these people talking and deliberating and stuff over the case, and I had developed feelings for the case, but this judge has been looking at me funny the whole week. I'm like, what's the big idea? And so at the end of the week, he calls me into his office, and he hands me this paper bag. I said, okay, well, what's with the paper bag? What's inside? He said, it's a sandwich. I said, oh, this can't be good. Jury members don't get sandwiches from a judge. And so I take that sandwich. He said, excuse me, sir, you're being excused as an alternate in this case. I said, oh no. You're telling me I did this whole thing for nothing? You're telling me I put my heart into this, considering this case, listen to the evidence, and you're just going to excuse me now? Something like that, and he just said, yep. I said, okay. Well, that's when I knew I had to employ some self-talk. That's when I knew I needed some help. So what I did was, I started talking to myself. I said, self, look at you. I said, I know. You know something? Don't be so hard on yourself. You know why? I said, oh, well, why's that? Why is that? I'm suffering from purposelessness. Because out of 400 people, you're the only person that got selected to be on this process for no reason. You're a rare little bird. You know that? Well, now you make me sound so special. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you're right. I'm not going to let this bring me down. And so a moment of triumph, I flapped out of there with my little wings and I said, you know, I got better things to do. I'm not going to be some pointless person on a jury that matters. And that was my self-talk in the jury case. I've been employing some self-talk recently. Just give me a second, I'm so dry. So I've been employing some more self-talk. It's a very therapeutic process to do that once in a while. I've been having an argument with myself over what it means for me as a 26-year-old single male driving a minivan. And so I've been taking the view that this shows I don't have enough ambition. I have too low of expectations for myself, and I'm not willing to move on. Well, myself is getting in this argument with me, though. He's taking a more positive view. He said,
oh, no, this is a good thing. This is a good thing because it shows that you don't care what the world thinks about you. You're not a slave to the social expectations of people.
I said, interesting theory, myself. Step away. But then me gets in on the conversation. And me enters the conversation, and he says, now I'm not trying to intrude. I'm not trying to impose. I'm not trying to be rude. And I'm not trying to step on any toes. But this is what I'm noticing with y'all. Y'all seem to have a deeper problem than this thing you're talking about. Because here's your problem. You're talking to yourself. What's wrong with you? I said, self, you are such an elitist critic of myself and I. Me? His name is me. Now I'm getting confused on myself. I'm talking to me. I said, me? You know, learn how to love somebody. Me and myself are trying to have a civil conversation. And here you are telling me, that I'm this broken person? Take a look at yourself, me? And myself said,
Hey, don't listen to him. Don't listen to me. Just give me a hug. We don't need me.
I said, you're right. Come here, myself. Come here. Take a look at this, me. This is what love is. Myself and I are going to get along just fine without you. I don't know. You have no idea how hard that was to actually think through. So here's the thing, me. You need to join in on this and get in on some love with ourselves because we got to antagonize others. And a house divided against itself can't stand. So, how am I gonna be able to talk trash on the other churches? Me, if you're not on board, we have to integrate. Everybody knows if you've been in church for a little while, church is a great place to make some enemies. You get in there, it's gonna be real quick. You start talking about how these other churches just don't got it going on. And, but I don't think we're taking it far enough. You know, everyone's got their two. They've got two churches that they just don't like. A lot more than the other churches. And it shows something about us. It shows something that's wrong with us, that we find something too familiar in ourselves that we associate with these other churches that we're not willing to recognize. And so, I'm taking a more radical approach. I'm saying, you know what? I'm not going to fight these other two big churches everyone always talks about. I'm saying, screw that little church on the corner. No one ever bothers to mess with that church and talk trash on their doctrine. Yeah, screw them. Screw that bake sale. Screw the book sale. Screw them for having so much irrelevance that I don't even know what they believe. I always like to end on a good note. So what I did was, I wrote a little poem for us. So, indulge me here. I'm trying too hard to be fresh, but I don't want to stand out. Cancel my Netflix account, please. But don't really cancel my Netflix account. Screw all the enemies in churches I've never seen. If I get it together, I'm coming for y'all. The path of destruction are many, and I've chosen them all. Thank you.